Hello, I'm Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company. I'm coming to you live from Hudson, Wisconsin. Today is Friday, January 23rd, 2026, and we are here for the Winter Wonderland Virtual Retreat. So, this class has been a long time coming. I think I announced it back in November, and it's featuring some winter cards. They're not Christmas, just winter. We did use a DSP from the fall mini catalog, and I don't think it's available anymore, and neither are the stamp sets or the dies. So we're using the Stay Warm stamp set, and that's really all you need to make these cards. I did the die cutting for you from Snowflake Kisses. I suppose you need Snowflake Kisses stamp set too, but you could use any stamp set to make these cards. Hello everyone. I'm not going to do a lot of housekeeping today because we have a lot of cards to get through, and I only have until about 3 o'clock today. I have to go get my kids. So if we don't make all of the cards by 3 p.m. today, I will go live again tomorrow, and we'll finish the rest of the cards. So we have a lot to make today. I'm going to make 5 cards and 1 portfolio to hold the cards, but in your kit you get enough to make 2, so you'll make 2 of each card and 2 portfolios. So we should be live on YouTube and Facebook here, and I'll flip the camera in just a minute and we will go through what's in your class packet. So let me talk about one thing here before I flip the camera. And I made a video and I sent an email. Today might be a little bit hard for me. This is the first class without Milo. And if you watched the video or read the email I sent yesterday, you know that Milo isn't here anymore. And we're really sad about that, and I know a lot of you are too. So if you've sent me an email or a message or a phone call and I haven't replied to you, know that I did read it and I did receive it, and I am very thankful that you have reached out to me and for all of your thoughts and your prayers, and it's very appreciated. As you can see, I have a really hard time talking about it right now. So, today might be a little bit different, okay? I'm going to try to be happy and positive because that's what we need to do, right? But just so you know, if I don't sound maybe as talkative or happy, you know why for today. So, anyway, all right. Hi everyone. Hi Karen. Hi Jean. Thanks Jean. Hi Jenny. All right, so we're in Wisconsin, and it's like this every January, I think, but I think we forget. I think if we remembered it was this cold in January, we would never live here. It's currently 13 below zero. That's the actual temperature right now. And the wind chill is 36 below zero right now. It was 45 below wind chill and 25 below actual wind chill this morning when me and the kids were out. So it's really cold here, and there's nothing else to do but make cards and maybe clean the house, but who wants to clean the house? So we're going to make cards, and they're going to be winter cards, and I don't think winter cards could be more fitting. So I'm sorry if you live somewhere where there's no snow in winter, but hopefully you still enjoy making these cards too. Thanks, Elizabeth. Okay, so I'll flip the camera and we'll go through the packet. And like I said, we're not going to do any housekeeping because I want to go and make all the cards that we can. We're going to try to get done today. So hi Margot. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. I don't know why I live here. All right, let me get my. Okay. The schools here are closed due to the cold. Yeah, I know. It's just ridiculously cold. Okay, All right, let's look at your class packet. So if you ordered the full retreat experience, Jenny says just as cold by me too. Perfect afternoon. Yes, I think you're less than 2 hours from me, Jenny, and pretty much just as far north. So it's ridiculous. Okay, so here's our class packet. If you ordered the full retreat experience, you got the stamp sets also. There's 2 stamp sets. Or you could order the class packet without the stamp sets. Or you could have ordered it as a Happy Mail maker, which is one of my team members. Or you could order just the PDF. So you can still order just the PDF to make the cards. It's on my website. So if you want to order the PDF, that option is still available. But if you ordered the full retreat experience, this is how it came in a cute zipper pouch, varying colors of the pouches and the zippers. But let's look at what you got. Okay, so in this, you got full sheets of cardstock. Everything that you needed here. We'll trim them down during class. You would have gotten a full package of DSP. It's not silver and gold. It's Peaceful Garden. So I have my package here that I've already opened, but you got a full pack in your retreat kit. And then if you ordered the stamp sets, you would have gotten Snowflake Kisses and Stay Warm. And Stay Warm is one of those sets that they made both in this case and this case. So depending on when you ordered your retreat experience from me will determine what kind of case your stamps come in. So if you ordered it soon, you got this case, and then if you ordered it later, you got this case because this is all they had eventually. So also in your packet, you got a little customized tag. So I made these for all of you. Me and Milo did from the Endless Love Suite. So they're cute little tags, and I put your name on them. So this one obviously is mine, but you all got a cute little customized tag. And then you all got a little gift in here. So I made these little bags, and inside of them I got you each your own little Milo. So it looks a little bit like a sausage dog, but I guess that's just how they come together. So I had someone make them custom for me. So you each got your own little Milo. So those are your little gifts that are part of the retreat here. And then you'll have all of your envelopes. So you got 10 envelopes. And you'll have a full pack of the Hues of Blue Flowers. So this is my pack that I already have opened. I'm going to use that for today. But you have a full pack of that. And you have a full pack of ribbon, which I didn't put mine in here for some reason. But you got a full bolt of the cloud cover ribbon. It's really cute. You'll have a printed guidebook, and I did email this as well. And each project is on its own page. There is a supply list here, and then measurements and instructions with color photos. And I told you how I stamped everything. So we'll try to follow the guide and stamp it. We'll try to follow. Someone was calling me. Sorry. I don't know who it is. But anyway, we'll try to stamp everything accordingly. And then you got all of your cardstock. So there's quite a bit in here. You should have a little bit extra. And if I counted everything correctly, you should have enough. So, all right, let's look at the cards we're making. So you'll make 2 of these. Here's 1 and 2 and 3, and this one is a little gift card holder. Oh, we do need a little punch. I have to get a punch. I'll just get it when we get to that one. This one's a gift card holder too, same way. And then this one is the fourth card? No, the 5th card. And then here's the little portfolio we're gonna make. And there's a little tag that we're gonna make to go on it right here. Okay, and it's really easy to make. It's not hard at all. Okay, so in your kit you also have a little packet of die cuts, and your little packet of die cuts will be everything that you need to make like all of these things that are die cut for you. Now, the Stay Warm stamp set does not have dies, so there is fussy cutting involved. I'm sorry. But we just have to fussy cut. So here's all the die cuts that we'll use for class. So mine aren't in a little packet, but yours are. Okay, so you can pull them out. They're all in there for you. And let's look at the colors we're going to use. So I have Basic Beige, Crumb Cake, Pecan Pie, Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, and Misty Moonlight. And then also Memento and White Pigment Ink. And then for blends, we're going to do Misty Moonlight, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. So I pulled out those blends too. So I think that's everything. I may be missing something, but as usual, we'll pull it out if we need it. So, okay, I'm gonna just set this aside. This is all my cardstock. I'm gonna try to set it up here so I can get it when we need it. And let's look at the guide, and let's actually make the portfolio first. Okay, so the portfolio is on the very back. And now, again, you'll make 2 of these. Okay, so you'll need both the sheets of DSP in this pattern to make 2 of these. So it says choose a DSP pattern and cut it to 12 by 11.5. So the DSP pattern is the one with the doves on the front, the dark doves on the front. Oh, and I wonder if I don't have one because I used it to make my sample. I don't, because I used it to make my sample. That's kind of funny. Okay, so I made 2 samples, I think. Oh no, I should have just made 1. Okay, so you're going to pull out both of your sheets that look like this. So it is directional on one side, non-directional on the other side. Okay, and then let's do our trimming and our scoring. So I'll get my trimmer out. Okay, so it needs to be 12 wide. So it's already 12 wide, and it needs to be only 11.5 tall. So that just means that we need to cut a 1/2 inch off the top. You could just leave this. You do not need to cut the 1/2 inch off. It would be just fine. So I'm gonna cut a 1/2 inch off the top, and that will make it 11.5 tall. Oh, and I forgot to pull up comments. There we go. Hi, Anne. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right, so I'm going to trim off 1/2 inch. And this is just garbage, I suppose. Okay. And now we can do our trimming. Okay, so in the guide, it says your card measurements or your portfolio, right? Score on the 12-inch side, 5.5 from each side. So this is the 12-inch. So we're going to score 5.5 from each side. So I'm going to make sure I'm using my gray scorer, and I'm going to score 5.5 from this side. So here's 5.5. And then I'm going to flip it 180, and I'm still on the 12-inch side, and I'm going to score 5.5 from this side. Okay. Okay, now it says score on the 11.5-inch side, 1 inch and 4 inch from the bottom. Okay, so here's the 11.5-inch side, and here's the bottom. So we're going to score 1 inch and 4 inches from the bottom. So here is 1 inch from the bottom, and here is 4 inches from the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to set my trimmer over here. Okay, now we're going to burnish on all of our score lines. So let's see, they're kind of hard to see. So here's this one, and this one. Okay, and then here I have our 5.5 and 5.5. So this floral pattern is the inside. Okay, and this is the outside, and I'm going to zoom out a little. There we go, so we can get the whole thing in here. Okay, glue the 1-inch flap down to create an inside border, and then adhere the edges on the inside to create 2 pockets. So, okay, here's what I did. I folded this up, okay, so I'm folding up on the 4-inch, so this is the inside now. And what I did is I folded this over just to make a little like detail. So we're gonna glue this flap down, okay? So I'm gonna put glue here, and we'll give it a good press. Okay. All right, now we have to make pockets, right? So we're only gonna glue, did I glue the center down on this one? Let me look. I did, so I glued the center down here, and then just a little line of glue on each side. So I'm gonna glue the center down here, and then a little glue right here, and this is the, I'm putting it below that 4-inch score line. Whoops. Okay, and then we'll fold that up, and our pocket is made. It's super easy. That's our little portfolio. Now we will add ribbon to it, and I think we'll do that at the end. And we can decorate our tag to go with it too. Okay, so then I'm gonna reinforce those score lines, and then once your cards are in here, it will stay nice and firm. Okay, so you'll have 2 of these. You'll make this twice. Okay. Now, if you want to switch up the DSP, you can switch up the DSP for any other pattern. Just know that you'll have to switch it on some of your cards then too. All right. Should we do the stamping on the tag? Why not? Why not? Let's do the stamping on the tag. I have to get all my stamps out. Okay, so the tag is this little cloud cover paper tags die cut, and I think it's retired, but it's really cute, so I'm fine that it's retired. Okay, so we're going to use cloud cover and Secret Sea. If you don't have cloud cover, I think I have 2 or 3. I'm not sure if you can buy it still. I think you can buy it still, but I have a couple extra. I don't seem to have any issues with my cloud cover. Like, the color is fine, but I know that's why Stampin' Up! Isn't, like, it's limited or whatever, because there's an issue with, like, the formula, I think, when it gets stamped. I'm not entirely sure, but mine is fine, and I really like it. It's kind of like the color of the year for 2026. I can't remember what the color is called, but it looks very much like cloud cover. It's almost like Stampin' Up! Knows something. Okay, so we're going to take from the stamp set, we're going to take this cute little heart. And all of these are 2-step stamping, and you 2-step stamp with the same stamp. So I'll show you that later. We're just going to use the one side of the stamp right now that has the detail on it. So I'm going to put it on a block, and we're going to stamp just like random patterns, random hearts, cloud cover on cloud cover. And I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp on here. I'm going to sort of avoid the center, not entirely, but just a little, because our sentiment's going to go in there. Okay, so here I have that cloud cover on cloud cover hearts, and we're going to take a sentiment. You could choose any sentiment you want. I'm going to do May the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship. But you can do any sentiment here that you want. Code cover, stamp, pad, and ink refill are still available. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I think they said once they sell out, they're not going to restock them. But I'm gonna guess they probably have a lot because it's an in color, right? So, okay, so this will be Secret C. And I've noticed that my in color ink pads are always very juicy when you first get them, but I must use them a lot because they get dry really quickly for me. Okay, may the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship. Very applicable here right now. I think down south, not like south, but south of me, people are getting a snowstorm, like a crazy snowstorm that's like shutting down the states, essentially. So that's kind of nuts. All right, let's get our ribbon. And, you know, I don't have a ton of ribbon, so I might steal my ribbon from the other. This is the only ribbon I have left of cloud cover. So I might steal the ribbon from here. All right. Okay, so you're gonna need some ribbon. This is about 24 inches. Okay, so I have a piece that's about 24 inches. And what I like to do with my ribbon is, this is my portfolio on the outside. And I like to take tear and tape. And I'm not going to put tear and tape on the whole like thing here, but I am going to put tear and tape right around the center in a few spots. So like right here and that same spot over here, and then probably one on the spine. And that just helps the ribbon stay in place a little bit. Okay, so I'll peel that off with my pick tool. Doesn't want to come off. Okay. Did anyone do the virtual card retreat? I think that was the past 2 days. I did not do it. I'm glad I didn't, just because of timing. But I thought I wouldn't do it this time just because I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to it. But it looks really cute. Okay, so here's our ribbon. It's sort of adhered around there. And then our little tag, you can just slip it on. It's got a little slit here. And then once we get everything in here, we'll tie a little bow to kind of keep it closed. Okay, so again, you'll do two of these little tags. Jenny, you didn't get it either. Yeah, I thought it was a little expensive. I know you get a lot of product in it. But I guess I just thought it was kind of a lot. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Okay, so there we go. There's our portfolio. Okay, let's make a card. Hi, Nancy Sue. San Antonio, expecting freeze. Ooh, for the next 3 days. Yeah, see, it's cold everywhere in the country. Well, probably not everywhere, but it's just like the dead of winter. Okay, let's make these gift card cards. There's 2 of them. And of course, they're not in the same spot in the book, but there's 2 of them. Okay, so Jean says, I got the kit for the virtual retreat. Oh, you commented and now it disappeared. I got the kit for the virtual retreat, but plan to view the videos on replay. It was a little pricey, but I didn't want to have FOMO. Yeah, I do have FOMO. Or I should say I normally would have FOMO. I had FOMO for the scrapbooking workshop, and I don't even scrapbook anymore. So typically I have FOMO. Well, you'll have to let me know how it is, Jean. I'm curious. The cards looked very nice, like not super basic cards. So you'll have to let me know how it is. Okay, so let's cut our cardstock. Let's start with this one. So let me pull it out here. Okay, that is this one. So it's a Secret C card base. And let's cut the card base first. So the card base is 4 1/4 by 11. So we're going to take a Secret C piece of cardstock, the full sheet, and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. Okay, so here is 4 1/4. So this is, we'll set this aside for now. So this 4 1/4 by 11 is a traditional top folding card base, but we're going to make a side folding pocket. So we're going to score this. We're going to turn it on the long side here. And we are going to score it at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. So scoring is gray, light gray, and we're going to score at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. Typically I use a scoreboard to score, but it doesn't fit on the video very well. So, but I guess just know that that's how I would normally score it. All right, so here is our 2 score lines, and then this one gets folded in. This is going to make the little pocket here. Okay, all right, so this is going to make our little pocket for our gift card. Okay, and let's just sort of go along the directions here. So we need a white inside and a cloud cover mat. So let's look at our white inside. Our white inside needs to be 4 by 4, and I know that's weird because the inside is going to be a different size than normal. So 4 by 4 from my white sheet here. So 4 by 4 for my white sheet. I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to lose those for sure. Okay, and then we need cloud cover, and that's going to be 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. So let me grab a sheet of cloud cover. And that will be 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, so I'll set these aside. Okay, and then we can do our DSP. Okay, so DSP, we need 2 patterns for this card. So one is this pattern, this, oh, and remember, you guys are cutting 2, okay? You're cutting 2 of everything that I cut, because you're making 2 cards of each, okay? We need this pattern, and then we need this pattern, but I have a fuller sheet of it. Here we go, this pattern. So these 2. I wonder if I have a smaller one of those that I can trim down. You guys will obviously have your full sheets, but let me see if I have a littler one. I don't know. I'll just cut a full sheet. It's fine. Okay, so we need this blue pattern, this cloud cover pattern. So we're going to do 2 pieces, so you'll need 4 pieces, and they're going to be 4 by 4. So that is 4 by 4. You need 2 pieces, but technically you need 4 pieces for each card, right? So 4 by 4. Okay, so there's our pieces at 4 by 4. Okay. And then we have 2 pieces at 4 by 1. So that means you need 4 pieces at 4 by 1. So here's 4 by 1. And I need 2 pieces because I'm making 1 card, but you'll need 4 pieces. Okay. All right. Let's lay out everything that we have. So here is the card base. Here is the mat that's going to go on the front with one of the DSPs. And then one of these DSPs will go here. And then when we open it, we'll have DSP here and DSP here and white here. Okay. So now we can do stamping and gluing, right? Yes. Okay. So we will stamp on the inside. This one requires very little fussy cutting, and it's because we're going to stamp on the tag. So you're going to have 2 tags that are white, and this is the same tag we did on the front from Paper Tags. It's just from white instead of cloud cover. All right, so you'll have 2. You'll have 2 of these cloud cover die cuts. This is from Snowflake Kisses. And we'll stamp on that, and then we will need a piece of Secret Sea because we're going to stamp our sentiment on here. So with our piece of Secret Sea, I'm going to cut a little piece off here. We're going to stamp in white pigment ink and let it dry, because the white pigment ink does take a little bit of time to dry. So our sentiment is going to be lots of love on this piece, and then sending warm hugs. So here is sending warm hugs. I'm going to try stamping it just with my block, and I need white pigment ink. Let's see how it stamps without a stamp positioner. So who's excited for the new stamp positioner? Me, me, me. I'm so excited for it. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and then we'll fussy cut that out. That's the only fussy cutting we have to do on this card. Okay, so now we need to stamp lots of love, and that's in Secret Sea. Lots of love here. This lots of love. Lots of love. The new stamp positioner, it reminds me a little bit, if you've ever seen the Altenew stamp wheel, it's a little bit like that. My head's in the way, I'm sorry. Lots of love. And what did I stamp on the inside? Okay, so then I stamped, we're going to take our white inside, which is 4x4, so any direction is fine. And Karen says, I'm good with my Misty, so I'm skipping getting it. Yeah, Karen, I have the big Misty and the little Misty and the Stamparatus. I don't have any sort of stamp wheel. I have FOMO. I can't not get it. I'm scared not to get it. Okay, we're going to stamp. This is the first stamp we're going to do that's dual stamping. Dual stamping, double stamping. So we're going to stamp the detail side in Secret Sea. Jean says, I have the old tool, so I don't think I'm going to get the new one. Yeah, you definitely don't need to. This is like it's like a want, not a need. Okay, so I'm going to clean this stamp off, and we're going to flip it over. And I'm going to get out cloud cover. And we're going to literally just take the stamp and flip it over. And this is the 2-step stamping. So this is the solid image. And the solid image, I'm going to ink up in cloud cover and line up and stamp right over it. So it fills in that color. And then I'm going to stamp Happy Winter right here. Happy Winter. Happy Winter. I don't know if I really feel like Happy Winter, but we'll stamp it anyway. Okay, happy winter. Okay, so that's our inside. See, it says happy winter. There we go. Okay. All right, so that'll go on our inside. And let's do our tag on the outside. Okay, so the tag goes this way, and we're gonna stamp the scarf, not the scarf, the sweater, and the hat, and both the mittens. And I'm going to stamp the detail sides first. So I'm going to pick up these little mittens, and the bumpy side is facing out. And, whoops, I don't know if this fits on a, I think it fits on a D black. Okay, so we're going to stamp kind of like Kitty Wampus onto here. So we're going to stamp the sweater. Let's see. I wrote on here. Okay. The sweater is Secret C on Secret C, or Secret C with Secret C. So we'll do, the detail layer is going to be first generation Secret C. So we'll ink up first generation, and I'm going to stamp kind of like this. Okay, and then we're going to clean off the stamp and flip it over. And that will be our detail layer. I'm going to let it dry for a minute, so I'm going to stamp the other things. Here's the hat. The hat is going to be in cloud cover, and I'm going to kind of stamp it up here. Okay, and then both the mittens are Misty Moonlight. So let's get Misty Moonlight. So here is one mitten. I tried to do first and second generation stamping for most of the images just to simplify it for everyone. Okay, so here we have just the one layer stamped, and we'll clean these all off and flip them over and stamp in second generation to do the filler. Okay, so be careful when you pull the sweater off. I will tell you, when I was making these cards and I was pulling the sweater off, I did rip it. Stampin' Up! Did replace it, but there isn't a stamp set anymore to replace it with. So be careful when you're pulling your sweater off. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up in Secret C, and I'm going to stamp off. Okay, and then I'm going to line it up over the sweater and stamp the filler. And if you don't line it up perfect, it's okay. Okay, so there's the filler for the sweater. And then the filler for the hat is cloud cover. So we'll ink in cloud cover, stamp off, and fill. And then the mittens, I think when you flip them over, you reverse the mittens. I'm not really sure. So that's going to be Misty Moonlight second generation. So Misty Moonlight and Misty Moonlight. Okay, all right, so there's our cute little wintry tag. All right, I'm gonna close these up, and we're gonna fussy cut our sentiment. And then we'll put the card together. So here's my sentiment. You can draw a line around the sentiment with pencil where you want to cut. That's a little trick I generally use when fussy cutting, so that I don't have to think about where I'm going to cut. I'm not going to do that today, simply because I don't feel like it. But generally it's probably a good idea. Okay, so that's it. That's all the fussy cutting for this card. Okay, all right, you can stamp it twice for both of your cards right there. Okay, let's put everything together. Okay, so all of this will get dimensionals. So I'm just going to put the dimensional backers on right now, or the dimensionals. Thanks, Jane. Yeah, that's normally what I do. And then if you still have pencil marks on your paper, like you're definitely going to want to use that for all of the other images that we fussy cut, because again, I'm sorry, we fussy cut a lot in this class. If you trace around where you're going to cut with your pencil, then you don't have to think about it. And then you can just erase the pencil mark if you still have them, like if there's still a mark when you're done. Okay, that's it. So now we can glue everything down. Oh, and we do need any sort of circle punch. I'm going to use, I have a 2 3/8 circle punch here, but you can use any circle punch or oval. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's glue our pieces on the inside down. I'm going to glue this one down. Right here. And then I'm actually going to glue this one down. I'm going to fold this forward, put it on the right side. Okay, and that will go here. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to punch this. Okay, so we need a little finger notch here. So I'm just going to take my circle punch and try to center it and punch just a little bit out. Okay, that's it. Just a little circle punch. Okay, and we'll glue that down in a minute. I'm going to glue down these pieces in a specific order. So this one, I'm going to close the front of the card and glue this one down so that I can line it up. So that's going to go right here. Okay, and now that I have this one down, I will glue my inside down centered. Okay, right here. Okay. All right. We do need to glue our little pocket shut. So just like on our portfolio, we're only going to put glue right here and right here. Okay, that's it. And then that will make our little gift card pocket. So you'll be able to slip your gift card right into there. If you use tear and tape, you probably don't have to hold it down so long. Okay, and then on the front, we can glue our cloud cover mat down. And then we can glue our DSP down. And we can add our focal image. Okay. Now again, these are your cards, so if you want to switch up the DSP and use something different, go for it. And then I'd love to see what you make with it too. I'm always curious what other people come up with. Okay, so I'm going to put my tag right in the center here. And we, of course, will tie a bow. So tag right here. I'm going to put this kind of kitty wampus the same direction that the sweater is going. And then our little baby secondary sentiment will go at the bottom in this little open space right here. We're going to make sure we touch the sweater with our sentiment so everything is connected. What else? Okay, we need a bow and embellishments. So you can make whatever size bow you'd like. This is the configuration that I like. It's probably about 1 1.5 wide. That's not quite enough. Sometimes I'm in the mood for big bows, and sometimes I'm in the mood for little bows. So today I guess I'm in the mood for little bows. Okay, and then you can take your ribbon scissors and trim your tails. Okay, and glue dots, which I'm almost out of, but. And I'm going to put this over the little, there's a seam. You can kind of see the seam up here. I'm going to put that right over the seam. Okay, so, and then we need embellishments. So I like odd numbers, but you do you. So let's see what I put on the original card. So I did a large secret C with a small cloud cover over here. And then I did a large clear one, kind of tucked right there. They're not really clear, they're kind of like milky. And then a large misty moonlight and a small clear. And I think that's an odd number. Okay, Stella, you could Stella really anything. Could Stella anything you want. Okay, so here's card 1. And you should use tear and tape here. Or use something heavy to hold it down. Okay, so here's card 1. Do you guys like card 1? I'm glad we started with this one because it's probably the easiest. It doesn't require any fussy cutting besides the sentiment. Okay, let's move on to the next card that is the same type of format, but different colors and different everything else, okay? So let me find that in the guidebook. And, okay, here it is. So the measurements are going to be the same, they're just different colors. Okay. I'm going to try to tidy up just a little bit as I go, otherwise I won't be able to find anything. Okay, we need a crumb cake card base. Now crumb cake is not in this DSP colors, but I think it looks good. So we're going to cut and score it the exact same way. So again, you're doing 2. I'm going to stop referring to you need 2 of this, you need 4, whatever. Just know that whatever I cut today, you need 2 of, okay? Is that easier? That's easier for me to say. Okay, so here I have 4 1/4 by 11 in our crumb cake, and we're going to score at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. So same as the last card. So I might assemble this one a little bit quicker since we already know how to assemble it, right? Okay, so let's set that aside. Let's cut our DSP since I need the big trimmer for that. So our 2 patterns are going to be this one here. See, I think that's crumb cake. I don't think it has crumb cake in the... Oh, it does have crumb cake listed. Maybe it's... Yeah, it has crumb cake listed. And then this one here with the flowers. You'll have a full sheet, but I'm going to use what I have, okay? All right, so these need to be... This blue one here needs to be 4 by 4. So 2 pieces at 4 by 4. Oops, my blade came out. So 2 pieces at 4 by 4. And then we need 2 pieces of this crumb cake one. I think it's 4 by 1, right? Yep, 4 by 1. So I'm going to cut 1 inch. And then 4 by 4. Or 4 and 4. 4 and 4. Okay. All right. Okay, I like to use a different trimmer for other things. So we need to cut our matte and our white inside. So our white inside is 4 by 4, which I think this is 4 1/8 by 4. 4 by 4. Okay, so there's our white inside, and then we need our matte 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and that's pecan pie. So 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. All right, let's do some stamping. Let's stamp our inside piece. So the inside piece, I'm going to do the mittens, which I already have out, and I'm going to do Let It Snow. So let it snow. I kind of wish it was snowing here. If it was going to be cold, can it at least snow? Like, that's what I prefer. Okay, so Let It Snow is cloud cover, and I do have this all listed in the guidebook so you can see what color to stamp with. Okay, and then the mittens we have to clean. Here they are. We have to clean and flip over. And those are, I think they're Secret C. Let's see. Mittens are Secret C. Yep. Okay, so we'll pull out our Secret C. And I gotta flip these over. And I'm just gonna have the mittens kind of like go around the sentiment here. So this mitten is going to kind of hug the let's, and then this mitten's going to come down from the top and kind of hug the snow. Okay, all right. And then we need to do second generation stamping on the backs. So we'll flip these over. Flip them over. And second generation to line up the filler. So here's one, and here's the other. All right. Okay, so there's our inside. And now here's where we have to fussy cut. Okay, let's stamp our sentiment. We need a white circle. So this is a white die cut from the Snowflake Kisses, and it does like little snowflake die cuts. It's really cute. We're gonna do some masking. So we need both Secret C and cloud cover, and we're gonna stamp, if Kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard, and we're gonna mask it. So we're gonna stamp, if Kisses were, and I'd send you a in Secret C, and snowflakes and blizzard are gonna be in cloud cover. So I will show you how to do masking. You need tape, any sort of tape, post-it tape, a post-it note, mint tape, whatever you use, okay? So I'm gonna mask off everything except if Kisses were. Okay, so the only thing that's showing right now is if Kisses were. And I'm gonna ink up if Kisses were with Secret C, and then I'm gonna take off the tape and I'm gonna stamp if Kisses were. Okay, so that's the only thing that's stamped. And then I'm gonna clean my stamp. This is really important, and your stamp needs to be dry. So make sure it's dry. Okay, and now I'm gonna mask off if Kisses were and everything below snowflake. And that's gonna get stamped in cloud cover. So I'm masking off, I'd send you a blizzard, no, yes, and Kisses. And then I'm going to take my cloud cover and I'm going to try to just ink up like this. Okay. And then I'm going to pull off the tape and I'm going to line this up as best I can where I stamped it just a few moments ago. And now it's going to stamp snowflakes in cloud cover. Okay. We're going to clean it off and do it again. And this time we're going to cover up everything except I'd send you a, which is the third line. And that's going to be in Secret C. So let's go like this. Jean has a work call. Okay. Hi, Joanne. So this will be Secret C. Okay. And line it up as best we can again. And we'll get our third line of our sentiment. And now we need our final line in, which is Blizzard. And what I'm going to do instead of masking, I think there's enough space on here to just get the stamp on the cloud cover. So that's what I'm going to do. And then if I get any ink where I don't want it, I can wipe it off with my finger a little bit. Okay, so I'll line that last one up to get Blizzard in cloud cover. Okay, and now we have a two-tone sentiment. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. All right, let's stamp. I'm going to throw these away before they make a mess. Okay, let's stamp our pieces onto white. So here's a piece of white. We're going to stamp let's see, the sweater is in Secret C and cloud cover. Okay, so the detail layer is in Secret C. So I will stamp Secret C sweater. And then, oops, that's not on camera. There we go. Secret C sweater. And then the detail layer is in cloud cover. And it's just in first generation cloud cover. So we'll do cloud cover. Line that up. All right, I think I'm going to clean these as I go so that they stay dry. All right, there's one, and then we need the hat and the mittens are in crumb cake, first and second generation. So hat and mittens. Mitten, mitten, hat. Lots of chamois cleaning of stamps today, or however you clean your stamps. So I like to stamp the detail layer first. You can stamp whichever one you want. And you can stamp these really close together because they get fussy cut out. So here is hat. Whoops, I didn't stamp that very well. Okay, and then we'll clean them off and flip them over and do second generation to fill it in. So ink up, stamp off, and fill. Ink up, stamp off, and fill. Ink up, stamp off, and fill. All right, now this is where I recommend drawing a line around your stamps with the pencil very lightly. That will tell you where you should cut and you don't have to think about it. I already cut mine. Okay, so here I have the sweater and the hat and the mittens. Okay, so you don't have to sit here and stare and watch me cut. Oh, Jenny, I'm glad you learned something new today. I love doing that. I love doing the masking. So, okay, let's put everything together. Okay, so pretty much everything gets popped up with dimensionals. You know me. Christina says, been watching but working on a project. Have to go, but we'll watch replay later. Awesome cards. Thanks, Christina. I hope you have fun whatever you're doing. All right, so we're going to pop all this up. And after you guys make your cards, you should post them on my YouTube page. Not my YouTube page, my Facebook page. I'd love to see them. So I understand if it takes you a while to make them, but I would love to see them. Okay, I'm going to do all the gluing. I'm not going to be super explaining because we already explained once, right, on the last card. And let's see, this gets folded in. Okay. All right, maybe I'll talk about what's new while we're here. Should I do that? Okay, so what is new? There are new online exclusives. You can pre-order them right now if you're a demonstrator. They're coming in March. And I will have to say that I think it is my favorite online exclusive release ever. It's amazing. So, yeah, there's that. I may like it even more than the mini catalog. Is that crazy? That's kind of crazy, but okay, what else is new? There are bonus days right now. That's not new, but there's bonus days. So for every certain amount you spend, you get a $5 coupon to use in February. And there is the paper pumpkin right now is a cute Easter themed paper pumpkin. And it goes with the Easter Joy Suite. And let me tell you that I have not been a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin for years. And I subscribed this month, if that tells you anything about how cute it is. The new stamp positioner is out, or will be out. You'll be able to add it for free, I think, if you join my team. In February, I think it is. What else is new, you guys? There's 3 new card kits. I got them all. I put together 2 of them already. I should show them to you, but we don't have time today. I did not put together the Adopt a Pet ones, only because I got 3 of them and I'm going to have the kids do them. I thought they would like to do that. So I'll show you those once they've done them. What else is new, guys? I don't know what else is new. I'm sure there's things. I haven't posted anything new on social media, and I didn't post any updates this week. I didn't post any I'll be live. I didn't post any reminders. I didn't send any emails. Anything that went up was scheduled, and yeah. We'll see if I get back to posting next week. I'm sort of just taking everything day by day and how I feel that day. So we'll see. We'll see. Karen says, I agree on the upcoming online exclusives. Some really awesome things coming. I agree on them being more exciting than the mini. Yeah, I like the Easter Joy suite, and I like the Bugs suite in the mini, but I don't know that I love anything else. The Endless Love suite is kind of cute. That's what I used to make your tags. If you're joining late, I made everybody tags. So I used the Endless Love suite to make your tags. So I thought those were cute, but I don't love the paper that goes with it. Okay, so there's our little pocket, and then we can add everything on. I don't love the paper that goes with the Endless Joy suite. I like the Memories and More card pack in the mini. That's cute this time. I mean, I guess it normally is cute, but I don't know. I just don't love the suites and the stamp sets, which normally I love them all, so that's strange for me. All right, this is going to go in the bottom right corner, and we're going to kind of overlap the little, like our sentiment is wearing a hat. And then our little sweater will just sort of fill in the empty space over here. And then we'll add our little mittens kind of down here, one here, and then one right there in that little opening. Okay. All right, I need a bow on everything. So we'll tie a bow. Okay. Yeah, so I'm really excited for the new online exclusives. And I ordered them, a whole bunch of them. There's one suite I didn't like in the mini, the Boardwalk suite. And now I've seen a bunch of people make stuff with it, and I like it. So now I think I want that suite. Oh, I cut that tail the wrong direction. That's all right. Now I think I like the Boardwalk suite. I don't really like the foam stickers. But I like the DSP is really cute, and now I like the stamps and the dies. The dies are really cute. I just didn't think you could really get away with that die set with the carousel without the stamp set. Like, you know, they kind of go together. And I didn't love it at first, but now I think I want it. Okay, now we need embellishments. Okay, so I did a large clear and a little, this putty, I tell you, little Secret Sea. And then I did a large cloud cover and a little Misty Moonlight. And where did I put the fifth one? Oh, I did a little clear right down here. Okay. All right, and there's card 2, another gift card holder. Okay, so we made 2 gift card holders today. And the fussy cutting isn't terrible. It's not ideal, I know that, but not bad. All right. Which one should we make next? Let me see. Should we do the one where we color? I'm trying to decide. Let's do the one. Let's do the one. Well, maybe let's do this one, since this one has DSP and the last 2 don't have any DSP. Okay. We need Secret Sea. So let me find this in our little guide. Whoops. That's this one here. Okay. So this one I thought, I did lose a bow. There was a bow here. Oh, here it is. I thought it looked like a line, like you washed your socks and you hung them out to dry. That's what I feel like it looks like. So, or stockings, right, for Christmas or whatever, you know. I wish I had socks like this. They're very cute. Okay, so we need, I did cut this one like this way, but I think I'm going to cut it this way for class, because that's how it should be. So let's get another piece of Secret Sea, and we'll cut it to be 8.5 by 5.5. And we will score at 4 1/4. So there's our card base, and we need a white inside, so that will be 5 1/4. I can't think straight. 5 1/4 by 4, right? 5 5¼ by 4. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Yep, that's correct. Okay, and then let's get out our DSP. We need 2 patterns. So one is this like little star pattern. Okay, one is the star pattern. Oh, and one is a pattern we already used. It's this color, or this pattern. Now again, I have mine cut because I ran out of the DSP and I gave it all to you guys in your kits. So this pattern needs to be 3 3/4 by 1. So is this already 3 3/4? Pretty close. 3 3/4 by 1. And it's optional to banner the ends. So you could leave the ends straight like this. You could banner them with your scissors, or you can use some sort of banner punch. So I don't know what punch that was, but you can use any sort of punch you have. I'm gonna use, oh, it's retired. Of course, it's retired, but I'm going to use this one. It's called Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch, and I'm going to use this one because it kind of reminds me of snow. So if you have a banner punch, feel free to punch, or use your scissors to cut a little flag, or use the punch that cuts the flag for you. Okay, whatever, or leave it square. Okay, whatever makes you happy. And did we cut our other DSP? No, I forgot. That one I think is just 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. I'm going to use this little one. 5 1/4 by 4. Oh, I lost it on the floor. Okay. Oh, that's extra. Okay, so here's our pieces, and let's stamp. Oh, and we need our sentiments also. So here's our little sentiment. This is die cut from the Snowflake Kisses. It's just like the circle. It's got the little cute snowflakes die cut on the edges there. And I'm going to stamp Let It Snow in Cloud Cover, which is what I stamped it in last time, so I don't even have to clean it. So Let It Snow right in the center there. You know, I don't think I have a cloud cover re-inker. I probably should order that before it goes out of stock, shouldn't I? All right, Let It Snow. I know it's hard to see cloud cover on camera. Okay, and then what did I do on the inside? Ooh, okay, I did Winter is Warmer When We're Together. That's a good sentiment, isn't it? Winter is warmer when we're together. And I'm going to do that in the center in Cloud Cover. And then I'm going to stamp one of the socks on the inside here in Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. So it'll be Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. And let's see if these fit on these little blocks. They sure do. These are B blocks. All right, so the, whoops, it didn't pick it up. All right, the detail layer here is Secret Sea. And then is it the same stamp that's the inside? I can't remember. I think it might be the other stamp. Yeah, it's the other stamp that does the filler. Whoops. And that's regular cloud cover. If you stamp second generation cloud cover, it's really light. So I would only do second generation cloud cover if you're doing the detail in first generation cloud cover. Okay, so there's our cute inside. Winter is warmer when we're together. And then let's stamp our outside pieces. So we're going to be doing these socks, stockings, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to stamp the detail layer first. So I'm going to put the detail layer, and let's see, we need a whole bunch of colors. So we need cloud cover and Secret Sea and Misty Moonlight and Basic Beige and Pecan Pie. Let's see if I can get them all lined up. Okay. And then we need a piece of white. And we're going to stamp all of these. So let's see, socks that face this direction. So this detail layer sock is facing left. That's going to be Misty Moonlight and Secret Sea. So let me start by stamping Misty Moonlight. Okay, and then I'll stamp Secret Sea. Okay, so this is Misty Moonlight and this is Secret Sea. Okay, now with the sock that is facing right with the detail, we're going to stamp Basic Beige. And Basic Beige, when you stamp it, it looks green. But when it dries, it's not green. So don't worry. And then Pecan Pie. My Pecan Pie, no matter how much I re-ink it, it's dry. And then cloud cover. Okay, now we're going to clean both of these stamps and we'll stamp the insides. And it's going to be the same color that the outside was stamped in, just in second generation. So let me get my scrap paper. And again, be careful when you peel these off that they don't rip. Okay, so this one, okay, so this one will be Secret Sea and Misty Moonlight. So Misty Moonlight, ink up, stamp off, and stamp the filler. Okay, and then we'll do Secret Sea, ink up, stamp off, stamp the filler. Okay. I'll clean it quick. And then we'll do the others. We'll fill those ones in. So let's see, this one's Basic Beige. So ink up, stamp off. Jenny says her fingers are stained in Secret Sea ink. I know, I'm sorry. It's a very deep ink, isn't it? It gets everywhere. Okay. What's next? Okay, Pecan Pie. You know what, Jenny? All you gotta do is wash your hair tonight in the shower and it'll come right out. No matter what I do, no matter how many times I wash my hands, the ink, like Secret Sea, Shaded Spruce, Cherry Cobbler, they never come off until you wash your hair. Okay, and then lastly, cloud cover. Now, I'm really sorry. You do, oh, I didn't line that up well. You do have to fussy cut them. Okay, sorry. Who's that? Is that Demi Lovato? Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, because you have to fussy cut, but not sorry because they're really cute. Okay, so I, with the magic of TV, I already fussy cut them. So I will show them to you. So here you go. You'll do that twice, right, for all of your things. And let me find mine. Oh, I just dropped my paper on the floor. I think that was my sentiment I dropped on the floor. course. Okay, so here I have 1, 2, 3. Jenny says, I've tried hand sanitizer. Oh my gosh, does it work? I suppose the alcohol in there. Okay, I think I dropped my sentiment. Shoot. Hold on. Where did it go? I found it. It's under Milo's bed. I haven't moved a thing. Everything in the house is exactly where it was. I haven't moved a thing, so he has a bed in pretty much every room, and toys everywhere. So I just left it all. All right. I'm putting dimensionals on all of this, obviously. Okay, so let's talk about Milo's Card Club. You can sign up for Milo's Card Club right now for February. It's the Easter Joy Suite. And we make 4 cards. You get a quarter pack of DSP. You get a ribbon to make your cards. You get a full package of embellishments. We're making fun folds. There's 2 fun folds and mini slimline, and then I think 1 regular card. And then I was thinking for, I'm gonna assemble while I talk. This one is not complicated, so I think you can follow along. It's not working. The hand sanitizer doesn't work with the dark colors. Well, hopefully it's hair washing day. What was I saying? Oh, Milo's Card Club for March. We're going to keep doing Milo's Card Club. We're not going to change the name, and we're not going to stop doing it. So we're going to do it forever. So Milo's Card Club is the monthly subscription card kit that comes in the mail for you every month. And I was thinking for March, we'll probably do the bug suite. Is it called Cute as a Bug? Oh, are we supposed to have a mat here? We're supposed to have a mat. We need a cloud cover mat. 4 1/8 by 5 and 3/8. 4 1/8. Gotta get that out of the way. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I think we might do the Cute as a Bug suite. I'm not really sure when I'm going to get around to designing the cards for March. I'm not feeling particularly like I can come up with good ideas at this exact moment. I can craft fine, you know, like, oh, I forgot to put the ribbon around it. Okay, we have to put the ribbon around right here. Okay, for our little clothesline. Okay. So you need to cut a piece of ribbon that is just longer than your card here, just a little bit. And we're gonna tuck the edges. You need to do this before you glue this mat down, but I didn't. So we're gonna improvise. And you probably could hide it. You know, I'm just gonna hide it behind the bows that I tie. So I'm gonna just trim this. You should put it and wrap it around your mat. Okay, that's correct. But for me, I'm just gonna hide it behind the bows since I glued it down on accident. So before you glue down your cloud cover mat, wrap the ribbon around it. So the ribbon's gonna go about 3/4 of an inch from the top. So I'm just gonna use tear and tape, which I don't know where I put. So I'm just gonna use tear and tape like this. Okay. Not what I recommend, but it will work in a pinch. All right, so I will push my ribbon into this. Okay, so this is the little line that our socks are going to hang from. So let's pull off the dimensionals for our socks. Oops. Oh gosh. Yeah, I should post pictures of the card kits. I did, maybe I only did one of them, the one that doesn't have stamping. It's got pretty flowers. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to put the first sock down, and the first sock I'm going to put down is the one in the middle, which is the cloud cover one. Of course, it's the last one I pick up. So there's 5 socks. So we need one in the center, and I'm going to kind of look like they're hanging from the ribbon from this top corner here. So I'm going to put the one in the center. I'm going to try to put it right in the center of the card. That's pretty good. Okay, you could measure. I don't mind. Okay, but you could measure. Now I'm going to put the 2 on the ends. So on the right, it's going to be basic beige, which, as you can see, basic beige isn't green when it dries. Okay, so, and then on the other end, it's going to be pecan pie. So those are the 2 socks on the other end, and then in the center of those, I'll fill them in. So this one is Secret Sea. Whoops. Secret Sea and Misty Moonlight. Okay. Keeping Milo's Card Club sounds like a great tribute to him. Yes. I think so too. Okay, I'm going to glue this DSP down. And it's going to be just below the socks here, right in the center. Okay. And then I'll put my sentiment on top. Right in the center. Okay, I know it's hard to see, but that's in cloud cover. Okay, and now we need the bows on our side here. So we'll do 2 bows. Oh, and it's already 2:30. We might have to make one last card tomorrow. I think we can get one more card in. Okay, so there's one bow. And I need one more. Or maybe I'll jump on and make it tonight when I get home. We'll see. We'll see how I feel at whatever time that is. Okay, so there's our 2 bows and glue dots. One here and one here. My ribbon is fraying a little. Okay, and then embellishments. So I did a large Secret Sea with a small white and a large cloud cover and a small Misty Moonlight and a small Secret Sea up here. Okay, so you could stella all of these cute little stockings. But isn't it cute? I thought it was just like socks on a line. Okay, I love it. Okay, let's make our next ones. And neither one of these have DSP. Okay, so let's maybe make the white panels together. So let's cut 2 white panels that are 4 by 5 1/4, and we'll make the white panels at the same time. Okay, so 2 white panels that are 4 by 5 1/4, and then we'll use we'll cut we'll cut 2 more because those will be the insides. So 5 1/4 by 4 and 4, and then 5 1/4 by 4 and 4. So that's 2 insides and 2 outsides. And then let's cut our mats. So we need a cloud cover mat and a Secret Sea mat. So Secret Sea will be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And all these measurements are in your little book. And then 5 3/8. That's a weird, I must have cut this weird for something. 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, so those are our mats. And then I suppose we can do our cards too. So we have Misty Moonlight and Cloud Cover. And I did those top folding. So I'm going to get out my trimmer here and trim these both at 4 1/4. One in Misty Moonlight, one in Cloud Cover, and then I'll score both at 5 1/2. And 5 1/2. All right. There's our card bases. Okay. And our mats and our white insides. And then our outside panels. And let's see if we can get our stamping done. Maybe we can make these. We'll try. Okay, so we're going to pull out our last die cuts. So these two go together. They're from Peace on Earth. And then here's another circle. So on our little circle, we're going to stamp Be Warm and Well. And we're going to stamp it. We don't need to mask it, but we are going to do two-tone stamping. So Be Warm will be Cloud Cover. And Well will be Secret Sea. So I'm going to take Be Warm and ink just Be Warm up with Cloud Cover. And then I'll clean it off. And then And Well will be Secret Sea. Okay, and then I will line that up. Okay. And then on this one, we already used the sentiment, I think. Winter is warmer when we're together. Didn't we use that one? Yes, here it is. And that's Secret Sea right in the center. Winter is warmer when we're together. Okay. Should we stamp the insides quick? Let's stamp the insides quick. So we'll take our two insides, our two white insides. Okay. All right, and one of the insides is going to be May the chill of winter be worn by love and friendship in Secret Sea. That is one. And then above that, we'll stamp the hat. Hat, hat, hat. Here it is. in cloud cover, first and second generation. So I'll stamp the detail in first generation. Clean that off. And we'll do the filler in second generation. So ink up, stamp off. All right, so that's the inside of one. And then the inside of the other one, we're gonna do the sweater in cloud cover, first and second. So the detail layer will be cloud cover, first generation. Clean that off. And we'll do second generation for the inside. Okay, this is a pretty big stamp. And stamp off, and then fill, and then we're going to stamp a sentiment right over the sweater in Secret C, and it's going to be, if kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. Here it is. It's somewhere. Nope, that's not it. It's over here, I see. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. And that's going to go right in the center of the sweater. Okay, so that's the inside of the other. Okay, all right, we stamped our sentiments, we stamped our insides. Let's now stamp all of the pieces that we're going to fussy cut out. So I'm going to take some white. Where's my other card? Here it is. Okay. And in Memento, we're going to stamp the outline of the hat and the sweater. Here's the sweater, and here's the hat. And we're going to stamp those in Memento. So I need my black Memento. And we're going to color these in with our blends. Okay, so here's the sweater. And you may want to use a stamp positioner. I find that my Memento just doesn't always stamp the best. And here's the hat. Okay. That's all we need in Memento. Okay, then we'll clean these off and we'll stamp, we need 3 hats for the other card. And the 3 hats are in Cloud Cover, Secret Sea, and Misty Moonlight. So first generation for detail layer for all of them. That was Cloud Cover, Misty Moonlight, and Secret Sea. Okay, and then I'll clean that off. Whoops. And flip it over. And we'll do second generation for filler. So Cloud Cover, Misty Moonlight, and Secret Sea. And I'll show you something really quickly that I did on the sample cards that I did not do on the cards that on the pieces that I have. Okay, on the sample card, I did not stamp the filler portion of the pom-pom. So the pom-poms are white. Do you see that? But when I did them just now, and when I did them for class ahead of time here, as you can see, I did not do them white either. So it's up to you if you want to make white pom-poms or if you want to just do the pom-poms this color. Okay, so I have those already fussy cut out. let's do our coloring quickly. It's the only coloring we do. So I have my hat and my sweater that we stamped in Memento. So we'll pull out our blends and let's look at the guide to see what color. Pretty sure I know, but let's make sure. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, my MacBook rings when my phone rings. Even though I have everything else on silent, that likes to ring. Okay. Let's color. Okay, so we need Misty Moonlight, light and dark. Cloud Cover, light. And Cloud Cover light? No, Cloud Cover dark. Let's do Cloud Cover dark. Oh, and let's do Misty Moonlight, light. Misty Moonlight, light. And then light, Secret Sea. So I'm going to do light for everything. Light, Secret Sea, light, Cloud Cover, light, Misty Moonlight. So there are kind of natural lines in the sweater here that I'm going to follow with my blend and color. So here I'm going to take Cloud Cover and I'm just sort of going to follow this top line right here above this pattern. Okay, and then I'm going to color in everything above it with Cloud Cover. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing below it. So there's like this cute little heart pattern. And the little heart pattern I'm also going to line out on the sleeves. And right here. And I'm going to color that in Cloud Cover. Okay, my hands are a little shaky today. Too much caffeine maybe. All right. Okay. Also in Cloud Cover, I'm going to do this first stripe on the arm here, and then this bottom section, like the ribbing of the sweater. Okay. Now let's do our Misty Moonlight. Well, I suppose we could finish our hat too. So I'm going to do the whole base of the hat here in Misty, not Misty, Cloud Cover. Okay. Real simple coloring. Nothing fancy. Okay, now in Misty Moonlight Light, we're going to band out, well, it's already banded out. We'll do this bottom portion. There's like little dots. And then I'm also going to do right above the cuff of the sweater here on the sleeves. And then this whole section. Okay, and then here. Okay. Oh, and then the little pom-pom. Okay. And then last, with Secret Sea Light, and you're going to want to make sure you do Secret Sea Light, otherwise you can't see the Memento. It really is such a dark color that it covers up the ink. We're going to do this last piece here. I wish I had a sweater like this in real life. It reminds me of the sweater that Oaken from Frozen wears. Oh, and then the band of the hat is this color. Yeah, Oaken from Frozen wears one of these sweaters, and it reminds me of his sweater. All right, now we have to fussy cut these out and the hats out. So when you fussy cut out the sweater and my hat, when I cut it out, I cut off the base on accident. So I'm going to tape it together. Okay, all right. So fussy cut out these and fussy cut out your 3 hats. Okay, now let's work on our backgrounds. So let's pull one of our white panels out. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And let's pull out our mittens, and we're going to do both our mittens, but just the detail side. So and we're going to use all three colors, Misty Moonlight, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea, and we are going to randomly stamp these on the background. So we'll do Cloud Cover, Secret Sea. I was going to say, where's Misty Moonlight, but it's right in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to take Misty Moonlight and just stamp these mittens, maybe 3 of each. I know it's hard to see Misty Moonlight ink. Okay, so they're on there. You see them? Random pattern. Okay, now I'm going to take Misty Moonlight and maybe stamp 2 of this hand, and then maybe like 2 of this hand. Okay, so there we added in our Misty Moonlight. And then lastly, I'll finish with Secret Sea. So Secret Sea, Secret Sea, and then I'll do this hand here maybe. One over here. Oop, that's the exact same order. One up there. Okay, so just random pattern of mittens. So that's one background. That's it. That's all we're doing on that one. Okay, super basic but fun. Okay, on the other white panel, we're going to do something similar, but we're going to do them in a pattern, like in an order. So we have both of our mittens. Let me move this up into frame. We have both of our mittens, and we need the heart. Okay, and we need the socks. The socks. Here's one sock. Where's the other sock? Socky, socky. Here you are. Okay, so I'm going to stamp these across the cardstock. So I don't really know how to describe what I'm doing, so just watch maybe. So here's Misty Moonlight. I'm going to stamp a pair of socks at a diagonal. So here's the left sock, and in Misty Moonlight again, here's the right sock. Okay, so those socks go together, right? Left and right sock up in the corner. Now I'm going to do a row of hearts. And when I do the row of hearts, I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to do them at a diagonal. I'm actually going to turn my panel. So I'm going to start with Cloud Cover. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp a Misty Moonlight heart next to that. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp a Secret Sea heart next to that. And then I have some more space, so I'm going to repeat the pattern. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go back to Cloud Cover and stamp the heart here. Okay, so there's a pattern of hearts. Now I'm going to do a pair of mittens the same way. So I think I'll start with Secret Sea, and I'm going to do the left mitten, and then I'm going to do the right mitten. Okay, now I'll go to Cloud Cover. So I'll do the left mitten and the right mitten. Okay, and then I'll go to Misty Moonlight. I'll do the left mitten and the right mitten. And then we'll end with a left mitten in Secret Sea, I think. Okay, so there's our mittens. Okay, now we'll start with the socks again. And where did I put the socks? Okay, here's the left sock. Let's start with Misty Moonlight. So here's a sock, and here's a sock. And then I think we'll do Secret Sea. So here's a Secret Sea sock. A Secret Sea sock, and then I'll clean it off. I'll clean off the left sock, and we'll do a Cloud Cover. Okay. And then last, we'll go in with the hearts again. So I'll start with a Cloud Cover heart, And then I'll do Misty Moonlight. And I think I'll do a little bit of a Secret Sea heart. Okay. And then to fill that in, I think I'm going to do a mitten. Let's do a Secret Sea mitten. There. Okay, so I just took the stamps and stamped them at a diagonal pattern, varying the colors between Secret Sea and Misty Moonlight and Cloud Cover. Okay, so that's all of our stamping. I think we're going to be able to finish. All right, let's glue these together. So here we have our insides and our mats. Okay, so the Misty Moonlight, let's start with the Misty Moonlight card. The Misty Moonlight card gets the hat inside and this outside and the cloud cover mat. Okay, so Misty Moonlight card base with this cute hat inside. And then we're going to glue this piece to our cloud cover mat. And before we glue this down, we're going to do something special, something unique. Okay, so for our sentiment on this one, we're going to use, this is a Peace on Earth die cut. Okay, so it's the larger of the two Peace on Earth die cuts. And we're going to add it to the center of the card. Okay, and then we're going to run some ribbon around it before we add this top piece. So I'm going to add this right here. And we're going to take our tear and tape and some ribbon. Whoops. And I'm going to take and cut a piece of ribbon that's just a little bit wider than my card here. And I'm going to wrap it around the card right around the center. So see the center piece that sticks out on the sentiment there? And I'm going to hold it in place on the back of the card with a piece of tear and tape. I'll show you what it looks like here. All right, so it's just held in place with tear and tape. Okay, now we can glue this. Hi, Jean. That took longer than you think it did, or than you thought it was going to. That's all right. All right, you should peel off the backer to the tear and tape, but I don't feel like it, so. Okay. All right, there. We did the ribbon right on this card. All right. So this is going to get popped up right here, but we want to avoid putting a dimensional in the center where the ribbon is. It just doesn't stick very well on the ribbon. So we'll put 4 dimensionals, 2 along the top and 2 along the bottom. And then that will get centered right here. And then we can add our hats. 1, 2, 3. So our hats are, let's see, this one gets a dimensional in the center. The Secret Sea one gets a dimensional in the center. The Misty Moonlight gets a dimensional on the bottom. And the Cloud Cover gets a dimensional on the top. And then I'm going to put little pieces, like little dots of glue. Whoops. One there and one there. Okay, so this is the Secret Sea one, and it's going to go right down here. I'm going to tuck the hat under the sentiment just a little bit. And then this one is going to go up here. That's the Cloud Cover. And then the Misty Moonlight is going to go down here. Okay, you could Stella your hats or your ribbon. Gonna tie another bow and add our bow. Okay, so here's our little bow. And then our not our dimensionals, our embellishments. So we have a large white or clear here and a small secret C. And then I did a large cloud cover and a small misty moonlight. And then I did a small cloud cover over here. Whoops. Small cloud cover over here. Okay. So there's the next card. Cute little hats. And we made our own DSP. Isn't that fun? Super fun. Okay, now we already have the other card mostly made. We just got to glue everything down. So here we have the cloud cover card base. And we can glue our inside down. This one gets the cute little sweater. And I think this is the only card that doesn't have a bow. Secret C panel, Secret C mat, I should say. And then our other stamped panel. Jenny, I'm full of Secret C ink too. It's all over me. You're not the only one. Okay, whoops, I did not glue that down well. Oh, thank goodness for liquid glue and its wiggle room. Okay, we can add our sentiment, but before we add the sentiment, we have to put some ribbon behind it. So I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put it along the back around the bottom left here. So I'm going to put the tear and tape right here, and then peel the backer off. And then I'm going to take my ribbon, and we're going to make like a little, I don't know, a sticky outie. That's not the appropriate word, but we're going to do it. So we're going to kind of push our ribbon into the tear and tape and make like little, I don't know what these are called. Loops. We're going to make little loops. Okay, and as we go, the loop will get a little bit longer. So here's the first loop and the second loop. And finally, we will come back out and trim that off. And when you're happy with the way it looks, you put a piece of tear and tape on the back. Okay, so it's just kind of like a little banner. See how it looks once it's been flattened out for a while? So that's it. There's no bow on this one. And some people are really good at making this sort of banner. I'm not. But that's okay. You don't have to be good at something to do it. Okay, so this is going to go kind of in the bottom right. Be warm and well. And we're going to tuck our sweater in, of course, with dimensionals. Trying to decide how many dimensionals I need. I think I need one on the arm. Otherwise our arm is going to be saggy. And then we'll do one on the hat, but I have to tape my hat back together because, like I said, I accidentally cut it off. Alright, so that's going to get tucked there. And then let me line my hat up. I'm going to hold it together with the dimensional. Okay, so line that up. I think I lined it up pretty good. How did I do? Pretty good. Not perfect, but don't cut off the bottom of your hat. Just a FYI. Okay. All right. Isn't that cute? It looks like the sentiment is cold. It probably is. Okay, so then we'll do a large misty moonlight and a little white. Okay. And then we'll do a large secret sea and a little cloud cover. And then a little secret sea right here. All right, and that's card 5. Okay, so when you're all done, you will have 2 of each card and 2 portfolios. And you'll have your 10 envelopes, and you're gonna split them into 2. Okay, and you're going to put them in your portfolio and then tie a little bow. So I'm gonna pull out some envelopes to show you. So I think I'm gonna put like some envelopes on the side and some envelopes on each side. Whoops. I just pulled that off on accident. I pulled my ribbon off on accident. Okay, don't come off, ribbon. All right. You might want to use a little bit of liquid glue. All right, I'm going to zoom out some. Okay, so I'm going to do, maybe I'll do 2 cards over here. Just kind of pick 2 envelopes and 2 cards over here. And then I think I'll do 3 envelopes and 3 cards over here. Okay, so when they're in here, they look nice, and we left this wide enough to hold the cards nicely. So then we will tie this into a little bow, and you can put embellishments on here too. Why not, right? We have lots of embellishments left over. And then you'll tie this in a little bow. Tying bows live is always a challenge. Normally when you're live, you can't tie a bow. It's just how life works. So I'll keep trying. Okay, so there's a bow. You know, it's not even. I would make it even. Or trim it maybe. I'll trim a little. Okay. And then this is super easy. Oh, we didn't add the embellishments to ours that we made. We stamped. Okay, so you'll want to add the embellishments here. Okay, so add them. We forgot to add them. I did a secret sea and a white and a cloud cover. Okay. And then all you do, this has a little hole on it. So you just kind of put it right there. Okay. So then you have this cute little gift to give. So what I would do is I would make one and leave it up like displayed somewhere, because that's me. And then the other one I would give as a gift. So you know, the cards in here aren't really birthday cards. They're not Christmas cards. They're just sort of thinking of you friendship cards. So I think they're perfect for anyone. For a coworker, you could give them as a birthday gift, of course, but you don't have to give the card in there as a birthday gift. So that's it, you guys. We did it in 2 hours. I know you have double the cards to make, but I thought this was a really cute set. I'm sad it's retired and gone already. I was sort of hoping it was a set that would stick around and we could have another class over. But that's it, you guys. So I hope you liked the retreat today. Should we do this in the summer? Should we do some sort of summer retreat? Let's see, we did Winter Wonderland Virtual Retreat, so we'll have to come up with a fun name for summer. I don't know what we're going to pick. let's see, there will be a new annual catalog though in May with some online exclusives. So maybe we'll find something very summery in there that we can use. I'm sure there'll be something summery. Okay, what's next? We do have Milo's Card Club, and it is scheduled for next Friday. However, I already know I have a conflict. So I will have to reschedule that. Or potentially I will film it ahead of time and have it go live. Like you won't be crafting live with me. So we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling and how that all works out. But so that's Hobby Lobby. We're making fun folds with Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. Hobby Haven. So that's next week. And then you can still subscribe for Milo's Card Club for February, which is the Easter Joy Suite. Oh, thank you, Karen, and thank you, Jean. And thank you, the other Jean. Oh, Jean says I would love something for summer. Okay, ready for summer fun. Me too. I'm ready for summer fun. So, okay, guys, well, that's what I have for today. I'm not sure when I'll be live again. Soon, okay. And I have lots more stuff ready. I have a really cute idea for Valentine's things that I want to do. And I will get that up for you. It's sort of unconventionally Valentine's. So it's gonna be cute. Not what you're expecting. So that will be fun. I have that. It's in the works. It's on my desk over there. I've got it half done. So once I get that done, I will post that. And yes, so we'll be live. I have cards designed for the Spring Mini launch party. So those are ready. You can sign up for that. It's the details are on my website, and I haven't even started to kit it yet, so you can sign up for that. And they're sort of manly cards. Not really. I mean, kind of. They're gender neutral, I guess you could say. And they're really cute. So all you need are sentiments, really. So we do use, I think it's called Reason to Celebrate from the Spring Mini, but you can use any sentiments. So that's what we have coming up for February, okay? And March stuff will come up as soon as I can get it out for you guys. So as always, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And I hope you enjoyed making these cards today. They're really cute and very, very applicable to the weather that's flying across the country right now. So, all right, well, thanks, guys. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy your own little Milos here and your little tags that I made for you. These are really fun to make and easy. And only one of you had a long enough name that I had to put it on 2 lines. So everybody else fit on 1 line. I had to squish you all a little bit. But all right, have a good weekend and a good week, and stay warm where you are. And I'll catch y'all next time. Normally we would be flipping the camera to see Milo right now, and he would be having his snacks. So I already gave away all of his snacks and his food, so it went to a good home, and I actually brought it all. There's a animal shelter. It's not even a shelter, but like an animal sanctuary here, just a few minutes from my house actually, and they have over 150 animals, dogs, that they take care of. And I don't know how it happened, but they specifically take his dog food. That's the kind of food that they feed all the dogs. So it was just fate, I guess, that I looked them up, and so they took all of his dog food, and that's good. I felt like that was a good home for it. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. I sure do wish we were giving Milo snacks right about now. So goodbye, Milo. Good boy. So, all right. Well, thanks, guys. Catch you next time. Bye now.